What do you want me to say something about your show?
I shit on myself in the womb.
Stop, Phil.
You fucking stink.
You know what? Fuck this.
Oh, because it's Hollingsworth, but it's worth less.
I don't want to hear about whatever you have to say.
The worthless of the week.
Hey, you just gonna sit up there the whole time?
That's the fucking Phil Fox Scorpion. It's a move, man. You fucking dummy. Ugh. Then what the fuck? How is it racist? Black people.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot me now, dude. Just shoot me now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless program. This will be for Wednesday, July 21st. I am sweating my ass off. As always, I am one of the hosts, Big Irish Jay Hollingsworth, and we have the crew, the usual suspects, the Goons, the Fab Four, Sean, the Mechanable McCann.
Super great to be here. Thanks for having me.
The co-host, Manulus. Martin Jr.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back.
And Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
Hey, that's me.
We got to
be back.
We got to get something for you, Tyler. We got to think of a little TS. I don't know. Dude, I fucking went out. I ran out to get laundry, and I'm just hot as fuck. Anyways, David Johnston's here. Andrea is here. Victoria and Emeretta Robinson.
Own Emeretta.
Oh, let's get to it, guys. Oh, we were just talking about, though, right when we started. What was the fucking thing you sent, Manny?
Oh my God. So a little backstory on this. So there's this guy named Superhuman who's this wannabe wrestler. And what he'll do, his catch line is, fuck this shit. And he'll jump off something and through a table or through light bulbs or whatever, or like onto Hot Wheels cars. And it just always like blows my mind, the shit that he jumps through, right? And so my sister was like, I sent her the video of him jumping through the light bulbs. And my sister was like, oh, it's not as bad as One Man, One Jar. And I was like, what the fuck? And she sent it to me. She was like, don't judge me. And it's literally this guy. And it's gross. I don't know why you'd send your sibling this. He's like assed out, butt naked, sits on a mason jar, right? But he loses his balance and falls backwards, and the mason jar shatters in his asshole. And he like
all right, so I'm going to watch it right now live. Oh, God. First of all, dick immediately. Jesus. Okay.
Oh, wait. Turn it up so you hear the actual pop. It sounds like an ornament.
Yeah. I'm about to throw up as it's... Ugh.
Yeah.
I discovered this video twice, once with sound and once without sound. Like the first time I listened, I saw it, it didn't have sound. And then somebody made me rewatch it with the sound. And I was like, oh my God, it's so much more worse.
You've seen it, Sean, right?
No, I heard about it. I just haven't seen it. Because, dude, I remember when that whole two girls, one cup came out, man.
Right. Can you hear this?
Shit I didn't know about.
All right. So he's squatting. He's naked. He's squatting on a little jar. Oh, God. I'll give you play-by-play. What the fuck is on this guy's skin? Okay, hold on. Let me... Oh, my God! Hold on. Okay, we're 22 seconds in. This is what has happened. Okay, you just see a guy from, like, shoulders down, butt naked, tiny ting-ting, and... there's a little fucking like mason jar. Is it a mason jar? Yeah.
It's a mason jar, yeah.
So at first I thought he was going to shit into this jar, but no.
That would be a nice feat of talent, I feel like.
No, this jar is going to go into him. He slowly, this jar goes up inside him as he's basically squatting, and he sits down on this jar, and you see it slowly go into him, and then it just broke. Oh my God. While it's inside of him. Hold on.
It's bad.
Oh God.
He just envelops a mason jar.
Oh. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Probably just give it a minute and you should be good. But he pulls all the glass out. And he lives.
So
okay, I can't watch him pull into that. I'm gonna fucking throw up. Oh God! All
Have
right.
you
that was
seen
bad.
there's a follow-up video to this. There's a part
Oh.
2. I don't know if you knew about that one.
No, what is it about?
It's
Sequels are
when-
never as good as the originals, though.
I know, never is. So the follow-up, he has like a website, and it's like him throwing a bar of soap up and down up his butt. And he explains the whole situation because people were like, how can that jar shatter in your ass and you don't scream or make any noise? And he goes, it's because
Calluses.
my wife and kids were downstairs and I didn't want to freak them out.
Holy shit!
And that was PC Manny that sent that to the group chat.
Yeah,
I
and
know.
yeah.
I thought
So
that
first
was
off-
Jay for sure when I first saw it.
So first off, on the HollingsWorthless
fuck?
podcast, I would like to apologize just for not being a good friend, and that was my question of the week. What is
I thought it
proper
was you in
friend?
the video, Tyler.
That's why I know so much about it.
The question to my 3 compadres is what is proper friend text etiquette? Is it okay to send videos like that
Ooh.
or not? I don't think I would ever want anybody to send me 2 girls, 1 cup. That one was a bit extreme with the glass.
I think it's
You
a
gotta
matter of
watch it,
getting
Sean.
just too comfortable. I think.
Yeah.
I think people get so. Speaking of, the other day I get a duo call from a buddy of mine, and you pick it up and on Duo you can see. I don't know if it's like that on FaceTime, but you can see like what somebody's doing before you answer. And so I look like fuck because this guy's laying in bed, shirt off.
This guy sounds like a stud.
No, not a stud. And smiling with this shit-eating grin because he knows what I'm gonna answer, right? And so then I hit answer, and so then he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" With his head all like tilted sideways as he's talking to me, and his fucking stupid dog coming up in frame, dude. And so then he's just laughing the whole time, and dude, he kept kicking his head
Sean?
sideways like he's being cute.
Remember this?
Yeah, and then he'd put his arm up and he'd do this. So he like, and this is all I saw, Jay, was from here.
Just no
Skin.
shirt on. Oh,
Fucking dick.
talk about he talks about he doesn't even fuck with his shirt off.
No,
but he
I know.
calls his
I was
best
about to
friend
take
with
a
his shirt
shower.
off.
I was about to take a shower, and
Yeah. And then there's like a answer button and a decline or ignore button, and he
Yeah.
chose the wrong one.
you almost saw the hammer. I think Sean you should watch this video. I want
I
to
don't
see
even know
your
what that
reaction to it.
means.
The fucking the hog, the hammer,
Thanks, dude.
the
Yeah.
fucking howitzer.
While we see if Sean actually will watch the video.
Yeah,
Tyler,
you
what-
got to
what-
watch the video, Sean. It's only 20 seconds. I want to see your reaction
But
live.
dude, my stomach's already queasy. Just
Cool,
knowing
perfect.
that I can't
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that. I can't
Dude,
know
yeah,
that shit.
It's not that bad.
Oh,
You'll
you
stop
should-
after.
Do you have a mason jar? Can you hold a mason jar while you're watching?
Oh
make
god.
it super interactive. All right, ready?
Yep,
Yes.
go for it.
There we go.
Oh god, it's on one of these sites.
Yeah.
So this is called, what's it called, Manny?
Mm.
One man, one jar.
For adults only 18 and over.
Only 18. God, you have to be 21 to go to the dope show.
Oh my
Watch
god.
it. Here we go.
Oh my god, no.
Here we go.
What is happening?
You look like we could put Sean on top of that video and it would still make sense.
Oh god, it doesn't make sense right now what he's doing. Oh my god, dude, there's so much fucking blood.
Yeah.
It's a regular ass mason jar. Victoria's asking how big it is. It's like a regular.
Why do
like-
you why does it matter? What's the what? If I said
Well,
it's
I mean,
like
there's
this
small-
size, you're gonna say, oh, that's okay?
Yeah. Okay, you can stop watching. That's all.
Sean, just think of Twinkies or Twinks.
Dude, he is I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you
Yeah.
right now. He's easily at like half a liter of blood loss so far.
Yeah, that was a lot of blood.
As soon as he
It's
pulled the
streaming
first,
out like it's streaming out like a faucet.
I
It's like he was trying
I
to
paused it
capture-
after he pulled the first piece of glass out of his ass, and I saw blood. I just was like, okay, I've got the idea.
It's like a 3-minute video.
Oh my god.
You're still watching it,
Because
Sean,
It goes up for a
committed.
while.
dude. Your boner is coming through the screen.
Yeah, Tyler, what's your opinion on I guess you gotta, like, for me, it just has to be the right
man.
friend group in order to send something like that.
Send something like that, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, it happens. There's some of my friends still send me videos that are like gross like that, and it's like it's always unexpected, and it's not like you're ever gonna get a not safe for work tag from homies, especially if they're close homies. They're like, "Did you open that at work? Ah, you idiot! You fucking idiot!
Quick, open now."
Exactly.
Oh god.
I would never do that, but I think it's almost etiquette for dudes who are into that to do it without any disclosures.
I mean, our group chat with us four, there's no filter.
Talk about just canceled, just period. Like there's no PC Manny that can say that shit.
Oh god.
But no, I'm with David. Like, dude, pooping for a while. I mean, that's like you could probably get like toxic shock or some shit. I know that's with tampons, but I'm sure shit getting into your like ass cuts. Probably,
he had to have gone to the hospital, dude. He had to get that stitch. That was way too much blood.
He said he didn't.
So the level of infection, you would think.
Oh, yeah, so that's why he was like he was enveloping a bar of soap in the next video.
Just trying to clean it out.
Exactly. His ass was like some surgeon hands before he was about to go in the OR.
God.
I think the important question is, did he get a new mason jar?
Dude, you would think that mason jar was there just to collect blood, and then he accidentally broke it.
That was rough.
I don't know if there is a fucking etiquette.
I mean, if it's your comics, friends, no, but like, if it's, I think it depends. If there's a girl in the chat, I'm going to be a little bit different. If it's, it depends who the friend is. If it's a work friend,
people as equals.
No, because I'm a bigot. This is the HollingsWorthless. I don't have to be PC. I know. Now you can't unsee it. That's how I felt about two girls.
No, I can't. It's there in my head. It's the blood show. Ugh. Jesus.
Yeah. So.
And
bad.
what's up with the integrity of mason jars nowadays?
Oh yeah, that is a good point.
I mean, he literally rocked back and like fell and it just pop.
Aren't those Pyrex? He had the lid on, and
I think that says a lot about the integrity of his asshole.
Hey, maybe it does. Maybe it does. That's
I don't think I could break a mason jar with my hand.
No, hey, that's a good point. You could not squeeze one hard enough. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, on another note,
dude, change the subject.
Yeah, I'll move on. So Jeff Bezos just flew out of the atmosphere and came back in. I wanted to ask you guys, out of the 3 billionaires, who are you trusting most if you had to go on a ride to space with?
Okay, but hold on.
Yeah.
So before we go on to that, though, just on the space trip. So, dude, how super crazy impressive. We're talking about a dude who was, I know he was on the stock exchange and all that kind of shit back in the day. But, dude, he's basically just a human being that was born and created this whole thing with intent. And now he's been able to... Oh God damn it. Fuck yeah.
Patrick Melton, a little shout out to Nobody Likes Onions podcast.
Every podcast he does, I send that fucking joke somehow.
I know.
No, but dude, so I'm watching, man, like that AOC chick?
Yes.
So they catch her over in Washington, D.C. Somebody
woman.
Yeah.
No, it's not what she acts like.
That broad.
So then they're asking her about it, and the questionnaire, I can't remember who it was, some news agency with the camera, and they set this up in a way to say like, hey, so isn't it nice that he was able to go up and do something like that, like a billionaire can go play in space? And so she like hopped onto it, and she's like, it'd be nice instead of going to space, he would spend that money on taxes, and he would spend that money on the people that work at Amazon that get underpaid and overworked, and how people have to pee in vans. They're forced into peeing in bottles in vans, and let's admit it, he really didn't even go to space. So, and then somebody said, well, what do you think about the $100 million he gave to Van Jones to use to give out to all different things? She's like, well, I mean, again, let's be real here. Like, I'd rather in a perfect world he paid his taxes, but really I don't think that was a very wholehearted gesture. It was an empty gesture. And dude, so I'm just listening to all this, and just before we go into that conversation, I just want to say, the Jeff Bezos shit is so stupid to like listen to, because I understand that his company doesn't pay taxes. I understand that. So what if we took away everybody he employed, like got rid of all of that, and then you even account for that a vast number of them who they would go work for. So like they would go get different jobs, right? So we're not just taking the taxes completely out, but they'd go get jobs with different places. Not all of them. And I don't know that the money would have risen as it did due to like, we had Microsoft and it was great salaries there, but Amazon really changed the game. So then if you really take into account everything that's going on and all the federal and state taxes that those employees pay that are making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, all the way down to, I think, $15 an hour, hasn't he done something great and allowed for the idea and the reality of huge amounts of tax to come into the system?
Yeah,
just get hung on some weird shit. Or the peeing in bottles thing. It's just hard to find.
What?
Pissing in bottles.
Oh.
People always bring that up. That the delivery drivers piss in bottles, but I mean, I've pissed in bottles on my way to like some overland thing because there's no bathroom around. It's just easier that way.
Didn't Bezos donate like 38 billion to his ex-wife?
And yes, he did. Oh, that's great.
That's pretty generous. That's pretty generous.
It's not his employees don't make minimum wage. His employees are across the entire spectrum. So I have friends that work at Amazon, making $300,000 a year, which is a far cry from minimum wage. And then there's also employees that work at minimum wage. And the idea there is to come in at those minimum wage jobs and then progress, move up the chain. We've all had I had minimum wage jobs up till I was 20 something, like when I worked at the hotels, right? But I'd make $300 in tips.
Yeah, but shit, even at like 30 something, you were willing to take on a minimum wage job just to pay bills,
That's right.
So,
that's right.
But I do feel like there's something broken in the tax code. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that millionaires and billionaires should be getting the breaks that they get. I get that they're bringing in, or they're creating these jobs that allow people to pay taxes. I just feel like, okay, well, even if they were just paying just a flat rate, that would be better than nothing, So
it's just like let's talk about all of it, because like even what I just said, I was like, yeah, there are Amazon's heaviest workforce is in the warehouse. Numbers wise, you're absolutely right. There are more drivers, and as with any delivery, like my dad worked at UPS, there's way more drivers and pre-sorters and all those guys than there are executives for sure.
And Jamila also said you shouldn't have to progress. If you're an adult who's working 40 hours a week plus, you should be able to have a livable wage. You should not have to progress to be able to live. I don't think that's what you were saying.
No,
Sean.
No, it's minimum wage was never meant to be a livable wage, right? So I don't think you conflate those two things.
Sean's about to fucking break shit down.
No,
break
I'm
it
just
down,
saying.
Sean.
Just honestly, I love me and Jamila. We have different. They're always very respectful. We have different opinions, but yeah. I do have to say, no bullshit. I'm cool with. I get what she's saying. It's great.
Yeah. That's actually, yeah. You two always have. Like you said, seem to be on the other sides of the spectrum. Sean's a little bit more on the spectrum.
But she has a real thought, though. That's what I like about what she says, because she has an actual fucking thought instead of just like puking.
We just want to say,
yeah, but no, I believe this.
We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that it is okay to be on the spectrum and that there's nothing wrong with that. Back to you guys. I just want to say, for those of you listening to the podcast, you may not have seen this, but Bradley Stewart Jeffrey just said Amazon gives all drivers mason jars. Fucking hilarious.
Link to that video.
There you go. Want to go viral? You make some money that way. To answer the question, though, the original question, what billionaire? So who are the billionaires? Is because if Mark Cuban's a billionaire, I'd go with him.
Well, no. So we'll say so it's Bezos, it's whatchamacallit, is it Branson and Musk.
Oh, you got to pick one of those three to go.
One of those three out of the three.
Okay, that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Any billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, whose machine do you feel the most safe on, or like, are you just willing to fly with? judging. Like for me, I think I'm flying with Branson because there's just something that seems safer about an actual airplane going into the stratosphere as opposed to those rockets that I've seen blow up time and time again. So I would go on Virgin Galactic. So
okay, well, now you're talking about like the tech involved with it. If we're just going straight the people and like it's going to be a successful flight, whoever it is.
Okay. Person-wise, I'm flying with Elon Musk just because I would love to have a conversation with him and his autistic brain that like is. There's nothing wrong with autistic.
Whoa.
He's autistic.
Whoa.
He's wired very like.
Whoa,
I think you need to PC Manny Jay for saying "whoa" when you said
exactly.
autistic.
Thank you. Okay, we just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast, there is nothing wrong with being autistic. Some of the brightest geniuses
there was, Manny. What the?
Yeah, you said whoa. But no, I'd love to have a conversation with Musk. I mean, just hearing the way that he has had conversations with Rogan and Chappelle. His brain is just wired so differently, and I would love to just have a little sight into what exactly he thinks like. But then, as far as safety, I'm flying with Branson. So
I would probably go Branson because I think he'd be the one to party with.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or Elon, or not Elon, but the Bezos is like fucking single now, ready to party. Let's get some fucking broads up in space. Yeah, I know. That's Richard Branson's always kind of been like. Out of those three, I think probably is the most would be the most fun.
He's the Virgin Mobile guy, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who looks a lot like the Tiger King guy.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he does.
But also, if you've ever flown on like a Virgin airline, like it's fucking amazing. You know, it's like a party in the sky. He introduced me to Virgin Airlines, and I was just like, I don't ever want to fly anywhere else again. This shit is dope.
It was the best, man.
It really was.
And what? It's Alaska now, right? And they've
boom.
gutted them, so they're Alaska airplanes now. Yeah, dude. You know the thing that's fucked. So I watched that whole thing. Whoever is most potent in the old sperm department, because I'm going to space and I'm coming back quickly.
Fair enough.
Dude, Jeff Bezos, man. Dude's a dork, man, and he wears that stupid hat, and he wore the hat in space, and then he came out of it in space. It's like he decools any cool thing that he gets involved with. I'm
looking him up. Oh God, I'm still on that fucking video. Where's the hat? I'm trying to find him with the hat. Is it a cowboy hat?
It's it's not a cowboy hat though. It's like an Australian. You remember those ones you could get at the fair? It would have like, or something, have like the little ropes with the corks on the end to keep the flies out of your face. Except you're Australian.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Crocodile Dundee, where it was like rolled up on one side and then like
those kind of yeah.
Yeah, it's like a cowboy hat. It's very cowboy-esque.
Yeah,
it's like.
So okay, so I say Richard. You say who? Sean.
Elon Musk for sure.
Manny, you say Elon, and Tyler, who you say?
I'm gonna go with Elon too, just because he's been on Rogan and I've seen his personality, and he's banging a musician, right? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's pretty rock star, dude.
Who's he banging?
That weird. She sings like a weird song. I can't remember. It's like
Grimes. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Pretty young, dude. They got a kid now, like XAE.
The two.
Yeah.
I would love just to get the proper pronunciation of that name. So I go,
I wonder how you say that.
Hey, could you tell me how to pronounce this? Just me the whole flight with him.
Who had the why is the internet so kinky?
Oh, that was because of the glass, the mason jar thing. Yeah.
By the way, you're stuttering a little bit, or like your connection.
No, okay. There's nothing wrong with a stutter, Jay. I just want to let you know. Yeah, hold on.
I agree.
Dude, we have access to too much information. That's why it's so kinky. We shouldn't. Remember, you didn't know this stuff. Like, I wonder actually, because I'm so out of this loop, but I wonder how's my sound, by the way? Is it all right? I haven't touched it. It seems off. All right.
Boners everywhere.
Okay. So I wonder what young kids are like exposed to now.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
They gotta get like everything. I remember I slowly progressed. Like I think I saw like a blowjob one week, and then the next week I saw
your uncle's dick.
Well, yeah, I saw it POV up close, and then like progressed years. It wasn't until years later I saw a vagina.
But I mean, you think about it. We just had magazines at first, right? Magazines, and then it was then maybe a VHS.
Yeah,
you had to remember to rewind back to a certain part so that you didn't get caught.
First vagina I didn't even actually see. I just saw hair.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a lot higher up. Like to be honest,
thought it was a cone that came out a little bit, like a fatter version of a penis. Like that's
what?
Like that's what I don't know, man. I thought it was like something that came out a little bit, and it was like a cone, and it was like
is that what your uncle told you?
Yeah. Trust me, this is a vagina. Just put your dick in it.
I don't like the taste of vaginas.
Hey, even think like back. I think we've talked about this off air. That's dumb. Off of podcast. But think about like how nowadays nobody has to use their imagination. Like I mean, they don't have to. Like to, right? Like before, you'd be playing some pickup ball because you did shit outside, right? You wouldn't. There's no electronics or anything, and so you go be playing some basketball, and you'd get in an argument about like some stat or some movie or some whatever. Like McDonald's has this. No, they don't. It's fucking Burger King. Everything like, and it created like confrontation at a young age that you had to like work through and good like social skills because you were also seeing people face to face. And now that shit's gone, dude. It happens more times than not. Like even in this conversation, there was something besides the jar thing, there's something I Googled because somebody said something. I just wanted to see what it was real quick. I didn't have to use my brain. And that sucks. And so then what happens? Then you see patterns emerge. So like now that's how people think, is like they think in a different way than they had to before. And then you see things like TikTok. What is TikTok basically founded on is using somebody else's content to do something with it. So people aren't even striving to create their own shit generally. You see that. The majority is lip syncing, fucking dance moves. Like,
dude, I was thinking about writing a joke about this, but there was some girl showed up on one of my page, hot girl or whatever, and I'm like, who's this? Like, because it had all these views. I'm like, oh, who is she? What does she do? Is she an actress? Yeah. So I go to her page, and she's got I think 3 or 4 million followers, and literally there's not one original thing. It's her in every video lip syncing somebody else and just showing her tits, and I'm like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's what you were saying though, Sean, is funny because like if we had a disagreement back in the day, and then you would have to go research it, and then the one advantage to having it right there is because it's kind of an asshole thing to be like a week later be like, hey guys, remember when Sean said that Bird didn't have 90% from line? What an idiot. I just looked at people like, you held on to that for like a fucking week?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, dude, I had my mom, like my mom would always be like, go look it up in the dictionary. You know, it's like I didn't have spell check. You know, it's I had to go use the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, so, man. Yeah, and those shits were always out of date, and T was always missing.
Yep.
I just had a conversation with my niece earlier about this. Is from Carla. I just had a conversation with my niece earlier about how we didn't grow up with the internet. Now they have cyberbullying and social media. I can't imagine having to deal with that as a teenager. And dude,
when I was a teenager, all we had was cybering. It was way more fun.
To Carla's point, Idris Elba actually brought up a great point. He was like, if you're going to join a social media platform, you should have to put your ID up and actually verify who you are first. And he thinks it would eliminate a lot of cyberbullying. I know that people aren't going to agree with that, but I think, that's how do you verify, actual celebrities, right? I think that you have to do that with their ID and all that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So therefore people couldn't hide behind a screenshot or a fake profile.
So on that same thing, so there's this, and I lost it. I had it sitting here. There's this new company that is being started by 2 ex-executives from WhatsApp. And I can't remember what it's called. It actually has a really cool, catchy name. It launches next Monday. And But
you guys.
But what they want to do is they're creating it's a chat service, so it's kind of like WhatsApp. The thing is though, is that this is where you're friends with people you actually know. So it's based off of who you actually know, and there's no algorithm. So it has 3 different areas: your friends, people you follow, and then there's one other section. But what they've done basically is their mantra is, we're not going to treat you like a product, we'll treat you like a human. Now, it has to be money making. So obviously something's going to happen, and they're kind of doing that whole don't be evil Google thing from back in the day. But it's interesting. And one other thing real quick is, that dumb donkey Ashton Kutcher, he said something that was pretty interesting. I just read where he's like, what would really combat a lot of the bullshit that happens, especially like on Twitter and Instagram, is to add a thumbs down. And I think right now people don't have an outlet to say, I disagree with you. So they go on these huge diatribes. And if you just had a quick and easy interaction to say, no, I disagree, and that was displayed, that number could completely be pig-piled on. But let the number be pig-piled on and keep the voice, all the comment bullshit out of it, because you know how those people comment. Nobody knows what they're talking about. So let's get rid of it. That's
one of the biggest. Yeah, like with the comments and shit, it's just like, come on, man. Like some of it is just too much. I was gonna say, as far as like the algorithm on YouTube, I swear to God, I've seen where people thumbs down something, but it doesn't register all the time with a thumbs down. So I don't know.
Dude, Jamila said they do have an outlet. That's the comment section.
I'm all for people having to be like identified to tie to a social media account. Like for just my personal experience that I've been like frustrated with Facebook right now is that I do a lot of paid promotions for events. Right. And in those events, we always get people who are trying to scalp tickets to the show and they're fake accounts. So what they're doing is they're like, I have discounted tickets, message me for cheaper tickets. And then you just Facebook message them money and they let you take the reservation, but it's, they're a fake account. They're just finding events with like high numbers of people and like, or that say sold out, or the tickets are like over whatever value. And then they just rip off these people, and these people show up to my shows and they're like, I bought tickets. This is my name. And I'm like, that name's not on the list. And he's like, I bought it from some guy on fucking Facebook. And I'm like, well, sorry, dude, you gave your money to him.
That sucks.
Oh, dude, yeah, man.
I mean, I think I've mentioned it every week, like the last 4 weeks, that I love TikTok just for conspiracy theory shit, because there's so much, whether you believe it or not. But I came across 2 different videos by girls that is literally them crying, saying, I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
Can you comment? Would you be my friend? One girl was like, I just moved to Bend, Oregon. I don't have any friends. And then fucking they got hundreds of thousands of followers now.
Yeah. And let me add to it. I don't know where this sprung up from, but the dudes, like the carbon copy dudes that all they grow their hair out from back here and bring it forward and then loop it up in the front with like super feathers and kind of like that Logan Paul shit. Yeah. And then they get like in these dude, this is crazy. I'm even saying this. And they get in these positions like on their bed or something. That bullshit you pull with your hand back. And they're like, I saw this dude, he's like, hot girl summer? Shit. Every day's hot girl summer. Let's go, ladies. And then he's like doing all this shit, and people clown him in the comments. But
that's going to be the only clip, by the way, for this show. Is you doing
but the whole I can't wait. But the whole there's this look, we've talked about it's the objectification of yourself, right? Like, stop with the quit objectifying me shit. You're objectifying yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what you put out is what you get back, right? So if you put your tits out, if you're a dude and you're like, doing that shit that Terry Crews does, flashing your fake Rolex, we all see it's a fake Rolex, by the way, you dummies. But
Dude, have you seen the one dude? It's some, I don't know. The kid's probably 16 or something. And he was like, hey, it's okay to be goofy. And he starts doing these weird faces.
Yeah.
And everybody grabbed that.
Dude, and then somebody put it next to Charles Manson going like,
I saw that one too.
fucking died, dude. But I'm like, what? I just,
I saw someone stitch that with Cosby when he was walking out getting released and he does that weird duck.
I wanted to wait, hold on. I want to touch on this real quick. Emeretta said that apparently Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis do not shower daily. You see that?
wait,
There's a left turn.
I don't know what oh yeah.
Are they like, are these because they're conserving water? Is that their thoughts?
Oh, that makes
I don't
that could
know.
make sense.
I mean, that would make sense, but I mean, like, I wonder if they're like my dad. My dad was weird about that shit. Like, he wouldn't take showers all the time, and he would just like whenever he was like, he would take what my mom would call a hoe bath. You know what I mean? He'd be at a woman's house, and then he would just get like a washcloth, and he'd be like, "Yeah, just wash up." And I was like, "Can I just take a shower?" He's like, "No, we gotta go." And I was just like, "No."
Are you sure, dude? Why'd she knock the second syllable off? Usually those are hobo baths.
Yeah.
She was like, your dad takes hoe baths.
Yeah, no, yeah. When they got a divorce, I'm sure she was calling him a hoe. You know what I mean? But he was just like probably just washing his armpits and his nuts and then bouncing. You know what I mean?
Just
My
not
parents called that a French bath.
No, there you go. We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast, I love all French people.
fuck the French.
Fuck the French. Tyler's French, aren't you?
No.
He's all American, dude. Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith, baby. We've been in this country for a very long time. Found out I'm part native. Found that out.
Do you get a check?
Yeah, get that.
I'm hoping to. I got to remember the tribe's name, but I'll find out and I'll come back to you guys with some.
You really invested into it once you found out. Jesus
Dude, next podcast, I'm gonna be wearing a headdress. Like, I'm allowed to do this.
You call me and Sean colonizers.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. Look at this.
Howie's over here.
San Francisco 49er girl said, "I work in water and I have tons of customers that shower once a week to save water. Also, they have one toilet for shit and one for pee."
Oh God,
that's interesting.
That sucks, dude. So every day, nah, I won't do it. Never mind.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah,
every day at work, you're just sopping wet. That's got to get old.
Yeah. I definitely had roommates who I don't think they conserved water, but they were just non-daily bathers for sure. Some people are just depressed, man.
Shout out Carla. Yeah, wait, that was man. Dad does the same thing. It's because he grew up poor and he never stopped doing it. Oh well, that makes sense. Keep going.
San Francisco 49er girl. That sucks. You have to be wet every day at work. I hope someday.
Not necessarily.
Could be great. Dry job.
I work in water.
Could be great that she's wet.
I grew up kind of poor, and like my brother. I remember if you were in the shower too long, somebody would pound on the wall and go like, "You're wasting all the hot water. So get the fuck out of there." So now as an adult, I take the longest fucking showers. Like. But I don't pay for water either, so I don't know.
So they only wash their personal areas. Jesus.
San Francisco 49er girl says, "I work in water."
That's why I want Sean to do stand up.
I'm gonna add that to you going, "Hey girl, what's up?" Wait, so you said you don't, that's interesting though, Tyler. Did you do like one of those whatever the fuck, 24andMe or 23andMe or whatever the fuck it is, 21 and legal? What's it called?
23andMe, and then there's also what's the
Ancestry.
Ancestry.
But yeah.
Apparently, with those, I guess some of your information from your DNA starts being farmed out to other countries like China. So,
well, not only that, it's also they had two identical twins do all the DNA tests. They took all the different ones and they would get back different results, but they're identical twins. But how did you find out this, Tyler?
Through my mom. She's been doing a lot of like ancestry research, trying to figure out our family.
Did she give you the information, then like take it back?
Oh my God.
Please, man.
We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that we do understand Native Americans have had it rough in this country, and that was just a joke from Jay. And then
We have-
no Native American
have-
person. Yeah.
We've had it rough. We don't need your we
Yeah,
don't need
we don't- yeah, we don't-
shitting all
Well,
over us.
He just hopped right in that fucking car, man.
When you say you've had it rough, I'm just curious how.
Oh my god. Oh.
I'm done. I'm done.
We just want to
No.
say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that this has been the last episode of the HollingsWorthless podcast. Thank you.
It's fucking jokes. Relax.
No, I'm just waiting.
No, not
wait,
you.
wait. Tammy Joe's voice. Sean would leave her
Yeah.
alone.
Hey, cuz, how you doing, Sean?
You know what, dude? I had to hear that too many times on your fucking show yesterday.
Sean Joe.
It's the end of the talk Wednesday.
No,
Well,
but
you know
could,
what?
I was going
Oh,
to
go
say,
ahead.
Tyler, you could. Have you seen? Speaking of TikTok, Modern Warrior on TikTok, he calls every white person a colonizer. He always
That's
starts
so
off his video. He just goes, "Hey, hey,
Is he that
colonizer."
really odd-looking dude?
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, he's
He
very.
has, dude, he is such a it
Beautiful
sucks to
man.
be him. Yeah, he is a pretty dude. You know what?
Yeah.
It sucks for that guy, man, because if he honestly, I don't know if he's turning it up for the TikTok, but dude, if he really lives his life the way he speaks and talks and all that shit, what a shitty existence for him, man. He just swims in that filth of negative shit. He's a tough one to watch, man.
It's
He's a tough one to watch.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. Like, I mean, I see all the videos of people that are with him, people that are against him, and then
It's very polarizing.
I see a lot of Native American people that are like, yo, this guy don't speak for us. You know, he's full of shit or whatever. And then somebody posted a picture of him with a Christmas tree, and it was a Native American dude. He's like, hey, what's up, colonizer, to him. And then he responded to, he goes, that's not it's a Christmas tree. It totally was a Christmas tree. But he goes, that's a winter tree.
Okay, I was gonna say holiday. Okay,
Wait.
yeah, winter tree.
But
It's the
I think we
solstice
say
tree.
indigenous people now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
thank you, Jesus. Christ.
no. But okay, so you said how did you find out? I'm sorry. You said your
His
mom
mom was
did a bunch
doing
of research.
Yeah, my mom was telling me about like some interesting things about us. Our family came over on the Mayflower.
Ooh.
A part of my
So-
family did too.
Yeah, we probably had relatives that fucked then.
I would imagine most every white American has a relative on the Mayflower, since it was the only ship that came here.
I mean, there's a lot. There's
the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
yeah. They were
It's full of
dumping
the
white
shit.
people by the boatload over on the shore
yeah.
here.
Yeah, I love like that history shit about your family. Like my grandmother put together this whole book of like, what's
Sir
up?
Miller. Manny's family didn't come over
Nope.
on the
I
Mayflower.
know.
Wah,
It's
wah.
always
Actually,
Wah, wah.
I just want
Wouldn't
to
that
say,
be fucked off though if you went on 23andMe and like,
dude,
yeah,
my
we
family,
did.
my
I've got a
family
story
is,
for you.
just to be honest with you, like, so my dad's side of the family is white as fuck, because we found the other side of our family that owns all the property back south. So the Sullivans, we found the other half. They're all white, you know, and
Sound like
yeah.
great people.
Yeah. So they probably came over.
I
on
mean,
the
I don't
Mayflower.
mind.
salt of the earth.
You
Salt
got
of the
it.
earth. Backbone of the country. I was talking to my mom about that because I was like, I don't know how proud we should be about our family being like early Americans. Like that's not like they didn't do great things, right? Like they were kind of bad
Right.
people. And my mom's like, no. Our family was all Northerners. We were like, we never owned slaves, never like we were never part of that. And I was like, what about dad's side of the family? And she's like, let's just not talk about this anymore. God.
Well, you guys know Kane's Native American, or he's got Native American blood in him.
Oh,
And he
he
did-
looks very native.
Well, so he did a special, or like he filmed a thing for the Native Network or something. I forget what it's like, NESN or some shit like that. But I went with him to the filming, but he had a whole joke at the very beginning that addressed that. He's like, I'm Native in the kind of like, there's some history there that you don't want to talk about, that I ended up looking like this, you know. Tammy Joe Sullivan.
Tammy Joe Sullivan, hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I
Jesus.
guess a lot of those DNA things are. Wait, what did Jamila say? They own property, also known as their half relatives. Am I right? Slavery, Jamila. But I was gonna say a lot of those DNA tests. you have to do the DNA on the male side of the family because that actually has, I guess, more of the genetics.
Brains.
Brains. It has
Bigger
more
DNA.
detailed, understands questions better. You know, it knows how to drive all these
More
things.
accountability.
Oh my
You get
God. I'm sorry to all the women that are watching this. I also want to say we're sorry to all the women across the world for
Hey, fuck
those
that, because
comments.
Jamila just said
No,
they
I'm
owned property, also known as their half relatives. I can say that shit. Not that. Actually, that sounds like something I'd say.
Now, did you guys see the trans weightlifter that is cleared for the Olympics?
I don't understand that. Like, you know, I get that they're trying to be probably trendsetters and whatever.
Trendsetters?
I didn't say that. No, no, but I mean, I get, you know, like, but we've talked about this before. All of us on here are born with greater bone mass, and you know, we have a different muscle set that has been built up over the years. I don't care if you pointed Jay. But okay, you know, it's the equivalent.
Got that bone mass. What's up, girl?
But let's be
Sean?
real.
Nothing.
You know, if you know, let's say Victoria, who is like 5'2", is a weightlifter, and all of a sudden Jay just says, "I'm gonna chop off my dick and be a weightlifter." It's not fair.
I don't know if that's very.
That's,
they chop off
yeah,
your dick?
let me PC
Oh,
that off.
Jesus.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna cancel myself. Ugh. I just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that Manny was very insensitive about those comments that he just made. But I do want to say that we are built bigger. We're built with bigger bone mass, more muscle, more muscle, more testosterone, and it's just not fair to say that, okay, now I feel a certain way and then compete. You know, I think that, like we've said in the past, you should set aside just a transgender like category, or people who agree that they don't mind the differences and want to be in the male, female, and transgender categories, you know, to where things are, you know, you don't care about muscle.
I mean, we
interesting.
obviously are trans friendly here. We added Tyler.
Hey, thanks. This is because I'm native, you piece of shit.
Transatlantic.
You know, even like, so Sandy just said they'll say they take estrogen hormones, but that's not enough to offset all the muscle that's been built over the years when they were, you know, previously male.
So from what I glanced at it, and don't forget what you were going to say, Tyler. You sound like you were at a point, but apparently it's the person transitioned male to female. She's competing in female weightlifting, but her estrogen levels, or her basically her female levels are all within a certain level. So that's why they say she qualifies, that she can compete as a woman. And it's interesting because there's people, like, I see people debate this shit online, and like guys are saying like, this isn't really fair to women, and then people will be like, oh, you sound like you're upset or you're hurt that like we're defending for women, you know, like I mean, like the whole WNBA thing. Well, okay, let's just do this. How about we just have one league and the best players will get in? Doesn't matter what race or
we know what's going to happen.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Wait, can I just show you guys something? So, I mean, look at this. This was a mixed gender relay race, right? And so you've got all these women running, and watch this. So this is the last woman on the inside, and then we're gonna see
dudes at the end. Anchor.
Yeah. So it's a mixed gender. Watch this. So this woman has a huge lead. This is gonna go quick. All right, hold on.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, so the woman, it's the last leg of a relay, and the woman was in the lead, and now here comes this.
And now
dude
watch this.
Holy
Jesus
shit!
Christ.
So I mean, is that what we want to compete against? You know what I mean? Is that fair?
Are you talking about black people?
Yes, exactly. We're just a whole nother level of a human being. We look at Jesse Owens. He just dominated the tournament.
Dude just passed Tammy Joe.
So anyways, that is the gist of it. You know, she had a tremendous lead, and now look at her just get burned by everybody.
Everybody pass her? Oh no. That's sad.
Victoria asked the question. So, do feminists agree or are pro this, which I think would be agreeing also? So, do they agree or disagree with this? I don't know. It's a good question, Victoria. I'd be curious what.
Yeah, we don't have a feminist on here to find out. Sorry.
I think this is where heads might explode though, because now all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, which one of my things do I hold on to, right? Because I've chosen so many little trigger spots that can make me angry that I can talk about when they're said, and these are two of them. How do I choose?
That's interesting. Yeah. Natasha said feminists generally are accepting of non-binary LGBTQA plus. So short answer, yup.
Until it gets in the way. Because then if I start talking about how a man, or a male, like say a gay man in some sort of context where that man is infringing on what that female may feel is her space, now he'll switch from being gay to a man because it fits the narrative.
Well, what if or I guess how would we feel if, let's say there's a guy, he's pretty built, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm starting to think my true identity is a woman, and then he joins female boxing, and then all of a sudden he's just so much more powerful, but he fits the weight class, but his estrogen levels are lower, and or his estrogen levels are where they need to be, but he still is just bulky, like what is her name? Kat. I don't think Kat, what's her name, was a man, but I mean, she has an insane amount of muscle.
Or just say, what if LeBron James said, hey, you know what? I identify as a woman now.
Right.
I'm going to join the WNBA and I'm going to set every record for 1 year.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of all these like trans movements saying that if you won't date somebody based on their genitals, like if you like change your opinion on someone's attraction after finding out what their genitals are, then you're transphobic and
right.
Like what? All right.
Yeah, I think it's if you listen to the whole thing. So if a person has a penis, I think I'd be penis phobic. That's what I'm afraid of, is if they have a dick, or it doesn't. I say in that joke about going out with the trans woman, I say like the trans chicks are some of the hottest chicks on Tinder. They're very attractive.
Yeah, you pull that shit on me all the time, dude. Hey, dude, check this chick out, and then it's crazy. It's amazing.
Wait, I just want to address Felicia's comment. Like, I agree with her 100%. This is exactly why born women should race with other born women, and born men should race with born men. But I would
love to watch a trans Olympics. Exclusive trans.
Yeah, a trans Olympics, or crazy. Maybe just an Olympics where everybody is okay. Like, if you're just okay racing men and women, like they had a trans athlete who literally was saying, no, I should be able to race women. But then they were like, well, what if a man wanted to join? And then they were like, no men should be able to join this. And it was just kind of this whole, I don't know.
Well, I go back to, though, I think it was Jay that brought it up. There is a fix for this. And it's now, if there is equality, and what we're saying is that there are really no differences between men and women, then you do just go to a single league for everybody and the best play. That's just,
be crazy.
That's just where you're at. What happens is the NBA would end up looking exactly like it does right now.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because you're just going to get the best athletes.
Yeah. So that's what we tried.
Well, you might get some trans men because they're like, testosterone ridden.
And look, on that note, dude, I wish we got rid of the suffix phobia all across the board. So let's not do transphobia or transphobic or homophobic. Because that's not nuanced enough, and that was an appropriate probably suffix before because people were afraid of something. I guess if they want to put in that context, but now it gets just thrown around too easy. So, for instance, when we're talking about trans folks in the Olympics, there's a transphobic talk that can happen, and then once you understand where somebody sits on that spectrum, now you can go into another part of the next part of the conversation. So, like it's like this. How you wouldn't do it this way, but just to make a point. Hey, so first off, before we get in this conversation about the Olympic shit, I just have to ask you a question. How do you feel about transphobic people? I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care about this dude's over here by my neighbor, and I don't care about really any of that shit at all. Right. Okay, cool. Glad to know. What do you think about the Olympics thing? I think it's a problem. Yeah. You're transphobic. Whoa. We just had that upfront conversation I think you forgot about. We already went past that. Now we're talking about fairness. We're talking about biology and bodies in the context of gameplay, dude. Right? But people are allowed this quick out. There's many different ones people use. You're homophobic, you're racist, you're transphobic, all of these types of things in the middle of a discussion.
And it just ends a conversation.
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, the thing is, we all have what we're attracted to and not attracted to, and we presented this question before with me, Kane, and Coletta, where you're dating a girl. I think did we do it with you too, Sean? Or
I don't know. What is it?
Okay, so here's the question. I'll present it to all you. You're dating. You meet a girl. She's beautiful. She's whatever you visualize as like, oh, she's whether it's Beyonce, Selma Hayek, whatever that is your physical type. She's that, and she's cool as shit. You've been on a couple of dates. You haven't fucked. You're really digging her. So you go out to dinner and you're at dinner and she says, hey, I'm really digging you. You're like, I'm really digging you too. And she's like, I want this to continue. I want this to grow into something. I think this could be something great. And you're like, me too.
I'm like, that's pushy. Jesus Christ.
And then, you're like, cool. You want to split the bill? And then she goes, I just need to let you know, I was born male, but I identify as a woman. I've had the surgery. I have all the parts, so to speak. I don't even know if that's fucking out of line to say it that way. I have no idea, but you guys get what I want. And get what I mean? Do you stay with that person? Yeah, I know me, and like Kane at the time, Kane and Mike, and I don't know if they were just saying it for the podcast or if they truly believe it, but they're like, yeah, I would still date them. I know I couldn't, because I know how my brain works, and I know it could be the most beautiful vagina I've ever seen in my life, but I know every time I look at it, I'm like, there used to be a fucking dick and balls there. I just know how I am.
But also, honest. Dude, I need to have options open. Like, I don't know that I either want to have kids or not have kids, so exactly. I can't shut that down. That's just a thing. I don't think I'd ever do. I mean, plus, I'm almost 36, so as I get older, the chances of me having kids. I like that Manny or Tyler didn't laugh at that, because that just sounded factual to them. They're just like, makes sense.
How old were you when you bought your BMW?
Oh, fucking BMW. Tyler sent that TikTok to.
You couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't do it because there's just certain things that only a biological woman would be able to accomplish for me.
Yeah.
Manny?
Yeah, no, I'm in the same thing with Sean, and it just, like, back to Tyler's point, that just seems crazy to me to be like, oh, you just don't like me because of my genitals. It's like, yeah, I'm attracted to natural vagina. Like, I want to be able to like reproduce. Like, I've got a kid on the way. That's something I've always wanted. And I think that it's like the moment I find out that, either I was lied to, I don't think that that's fair. I think you just need to be upfront about things. It's like, I don't want, like we talked about this yesterday, I don't want somebody to hurt you because you weren't forthcoming. And then all of a sudden they feel like they're tricked. You know what I mean? And like,
dude,
go ahead.
If I have a friend, whoever, some girl, and she's interested in a buddy of mine, and they end up like going to kick it, right? Not like even as a date. They're just like, for some reason, they just like, oh, hey, we're going to jam out from this party. We're out at your house right now. Go down to 7-Eleven real quick. As they go down, they're talking and bullshitting. And then they come back and she's like, dude, he's cool as fuck, man. Like, can I get his number? You think you get it? He's your friend. I'm like, yeah, but dude, he's gay.
Yeah.
Then is she homophobic? Because
right.
She doesn't want to date or pursue a gay gentleman?
Right. That's what BS.
Or if he's bi. Sorry. Or if he's bi.
Or along these lines too, like, I know that there's some people who aren't attracted to black men, just like there's some people who aren't attracted to white men.
Not
it's like,
all of us.
But here's the thing: like, literally, Jay is more attracted to black women, and it's like, does that make
women
him
of
racist?
Color?
Yeah. Well, I mean, women of color. You know what I mean? But
Asian, black. You know what I mean? White.
Dude, I can't say people of color. That does not come out of my mouth.
It's so fucking now in my head because of Anwar's joke.
Yeah,
But I would never. It's just, you can't. I don't know. Just for me, I'm only speaking for me. It just goes back to the thing of, I want to be able to reproduce. What did Jamila say?
She's 100% right. I think the issue is that if someone isn't upfront, it takes away from their power to choose, right? Because that's what we all have. Yeah. It's the same as dating someone with kids or or a record, right?
Mhm.
I won't do a joke. And then give me the information I need to choose or not. Like, that's what it's about. Give me information. Because, dude, you could tell me that you drive a Ford Pinto, and I might have some hang up from my past about that. That means you think a certain way that because you drive that. So I'm not going to kick it with you. It's my right, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if somebody goes, hey, I have kids, and they're like, oh, I don't date people with kids. Are you kid phobic now? Does that mean you're fucking afraid of, you know?
I mean, I am kid phobic.
So we heard, so all of us, we couldn't do it. What about you, Tyler?
So it's a chick, used to be a dude, but I love her personality and think she's gorgeous.
Yeah. And you've been on maybe 2 or 3 dates. You haven't had sex with her yet. And she's telling you now before things progress that I was born male, but I've always identified as a woman. I've had surgery. I have all the
I'm going to
parts.
take the unpopular opinion and I wouldn't be bothered by it. I'll
That's
be like,
great.
let me see that fucking axe wound. I want to see what's going on down there. I don't know if I'll eat it out right away, but I'll stick my dick in it.
And dude, when you just said axe wound, my head instantly went to fucking mason jars. Damn it. I'm ruined.
Well, actually, on that note,
So at one time when I was setting up my Tinder account, I accidentally hit female instead of male but for my like orientation, and I matched with like a ton of lesbians, and then it took like a few messages before I realized like, oh, I'm just talking to lesbians right now. And I'm like, wait, do you think I'm a chick or do you think I'm a dude? And they're like, I don't know, I didn't really know what was going on. I figured we'd figure this out later on. All right.
She just said I identify as a woman.
Yeah, right.
Jamila said, and this is, I agree with this 100%. Jamila said, however, if you find out someone lied, you shouldn't kill them. Obviously, trans women are murdered because men are like, I have to kill you because I cannot be gay. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Now I'm way off that train, dude. Fuck, that just took it to a whole nother level. God damn.
Yeah. Wait. I just want to make sure that we're respectful of Tyler's time today. Was it 6:30 that was a hard cutoff?
Yeah, okay. It's my girlfriend's birthday. Born female, I just want to point out.
She can also say the same of her boyfriend. All right. With that, all right, quickly, Sean. First of all, everybody that tuned in, this shit keeps seeming like it goes by quicker and quicker.
Yeah, it really does.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Sean, do you have anything you want to plug?
No, I have like 20 different jokes going through my head, and I'll have to do with the mason jar and plugging it. All right, so no, I'll just keep it right there. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yes, Manulus.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yes, I don't know where Felicia is at on her job today, but she needs to be on it. So anyways, but thank you guys so much for listening. Nothing going on other than Love in Black and White next week. Let us know if there's a guest you want us to interview. Hit me and Jay up for questions at Manny Martin JR or at Big Irish J.
Yes,
email or whatever.
And also, but Tyler, before you do your plugs, we may move up in an upcoming date. We may move the day that we record these either backwards, either on Monday or on Wednesday, because working around someone's schedule, which we'll let you know at the time. Tyler, what did you plug in?
Oh yeah, so tomorrow or Thursday I'm headlining Spokane Comedy Club. I'll be there all weekend, and then Sunday Dope Show, and then next Tuesday I'll be the judge of the Voice comedy competition going on at Tacoma Comedy Club, and that's why we're gonna have to figure out a schedule around Tuesdays.
Tonight I'm gonna be at V2 Theater at Planet Hollywood at 9:00. What do I have coming up? Let's see. This Friday, I'll be in Lake Havasu. Next weekend, I'll be in Nashville at the Comedy Bar, the 30th and 31st. And I think that's it. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We love you all. We appreciate you. And until next time.
Oh, God.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Sean. Bye, cousin. Love you. Bye.
Yeah.